Welcome to Cash in the Celebrity Attic, the programme that hunts for hidden valuables in the homes of the famous and then sells them with them at auction to raise money for good causes. Today I'm near Colchester in Essex and I'm about to meet one of British sport's most colourful characters. He started his working life laying floors, but he gained international fame in a sport that's usually carried out in a pub. A keen fisherman, he's got 3 well-stocked lakes in the backyard of his 18-bedroom mansion, George Hall. And the final clue? He's a right Bobby Dazzler. Do you know who he is yet? I'm about to meet the man who put the art into darts, Bobby George. And on today's Cash in the Celebrity Attic, we find sporting treasure for any darts fans wanting to clone Bobby George.
Got me DNA on that as well.
I get into the swing of this darts lark, but John takes it all a bit too seriously.
In one.
We see the romantic side of Bobby George.
I said, would you like to marry me? She said, I don't care if old men.
Yeah, I did. I did say that.
Find out more when today's celebrity collectibles go under the hammer. Bobby George is widely recognised as the most colourful and charismatic darts player of all time. He's won just about every darts title imaginable. He's the face of televised darts and he's a real Bobby Dazzler. He's been married to Marie for 21 years. They have 2 sons, Robert and Richard, and they all live in the magnificent George Hall in Essex. Today, he's raising money for his favourite charity, so let's hope we hit the bullseye on our treasure hunt. Our valuations expert, John Cameron, is already settling in nicely. Morning, John.
Good morning, Angela.
Oh, I see you've got the brewing. You've made yourself at home, then.
Feet under the table.
You know that Bobby built this house himself.
It's amazing. Obviously a man of many talents.
He is. How are your darts?
Well, you know, it doesn't take long to get my eye in, but you know me, any sport you can practice with a pint in one hand, I'm all for it. Snooker, pool...
Tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks, shove halfpenny, anything.
Well, I'm sure this house is full of amazing sporting memorabilia, which is right up your street, isn't it? So why don't you start rummaging and I'll go and track down Bobby.
Take me to the hockey.
Well, obviously John's already on Bobby's wavelength with all the right lingo, but 2 can play at that game. 180!
Hello, baby.
Hello. Wow, I should have put my sunglasses on. Look at all that bling.
Hello, Angela. Lovely
Good to see you both. This is the most amazing house. Did you really build it all by yourself, Bobby, or did you have help from a couple of mates?
Well, when you're building a house this size, you don't get no mates. You get all your mates afterwards.
They come round and enjoy it.
No, I had family, weekends, you know. I had a labourer with me for about 8 months, didn't I?
Yeah.
But
basically family and friends, really.
yeah, but not all the time
Not all
because
the time.
only weekends. So I had to work 24/7 to build it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you for inviting us in today. And what have you called Cash in the Attic in for? What's the charity that we're going to be raising money for?
Well, it's a local charity which we've got close connections with, and it's the Woodbridge Mencap, and it helps them to go on holiday and leisure for their leisure club.
Great, great. So how much money do you think we're going to raise today then, Bobby?
As much as possible, darling.
Have you got a target?
Well, about...
You must
Well-
have. A man who's always aiming at a dartboard, you've got to have a target, Bobby.
Well, say 400 or 500 quid would be nice.
400 quid?
Yeah,
Say 400.
about
then.
400.
Okay.
400.
401.
401?
Because you pay 301, 401 or 501 on the dartboard. So we go for 401.
So we'll go for 401. Sounds good to me. Why don't we go and find John and see what we can find in the house?
Okay.
And it looks like Gilda the dog's going to sniff out some collectibles too. The Woodbridge Mencap Gateway Club helps people of all ages with learning difficulties. And as we get our rummage underway, we're aiming to raise £401. Bobby and Marie's home, George Hall, is set in acres of Essex countryside. And from above, it's shaped like the flight of a dart. It's the perfect pad for entertaining, and as you might expect from a character like Bobby, the house even has its own mini pub. And with 18 bedrooms, guests are spared a long walk home after partying hard. John's got a special interest in sporting memorabilia, so his first find of the day should be right up his street. John!
Hi.
Found a record there.
I have. It looks like something from Bobby's days on the hit parade. So do you want to tell us about this, Bobby?
Oh, I made that in 1980. I went to a club and these guys were musicians and singers, and they said to me, "Why don't you make a record?" I said, "OK." So we did. It was a bit of fun. It's might call 180, obviously, because it's the top score in darts.
But they play it now every time you start a match, don't
Yeah,
they?
when the counties, some of them, the counties play it, and they play it. It makes you want to play darts. As soon as you 180, it makes you want to play darts.
So have we got a record player in the house that we could perhaps give this a spin on?
I did have, but I took it out before you come.
I was hoping I could record it, have it as my ringtone.
A genuine antique. But what about the two shirts? Because you think we might be able to add those to it, don't you, Bobby?
Let me have a look at those.
Right.
Where are they from?
Well, this is my first England shirt I ever wore. This one.
Yeah.
1979. I'm internationals
Yes.
in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So that is my first one.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, years ago, when we used to go all the tournaments, used to collect the badge, used to give you a badge. And these are the World Masters. You got 76, 77, 78. Then you got the Jersey Open. You used to go to different tournaments. They used to give you badges and you used to put the badges on.
Who used to sew them on, though?
Your girlfriends then.
Not
I didn't.
Marie.
No.
She was at school. And of course, guys look at you think, oh, he's been in the World Masters 3 or 4 times, he must be good. It's got me DNA on that as well.
Well, one day when they make advances in cloning,
they might want
we
a
could
good
make
dart
a
player.
few more Bobby Georges from them.
How much do you think we might make with those at auction then, John?
Well, they're a difficult thing to value, and you know, sports ephemera is growing in popularity, and I know darts is experiencing a real renaissance at the moment. So I would put something tempting on them. I'll be looking at about 80 to 120, 150 pounds, something like that. Something to get the bidding started, but you just don't know whether you're going to get maximum points with these, do you?
No, but £80, your lowest estimate. Good start. We've got 401 to make, John. So let's go see what else we can find. £80 for 2 shirts from Bobby George's momentous career. Sounds like a bargain to me. We're all rummaging hard. Well, at least John and Marie are. But I'm afraid I haven't actually done any work yet, as I've been glued to the oche while Bobby's been giving me a few lessons. It's just so consistent, isn't it? It's just fantastic.
Well, you've got to do that. It's no use hitting 100 one shot, then 26. Mind to be do sometimes.
In one. Oh, it's good to see people, you know, having some leisure time while I'm busy looking around. Do you like the
What have
glasses?
you got on?
Do you like the glasses? Would you believe me if I said they're not mine?
Bob, George, yeah, I would believe you. Yeah. Where did they come from?
A fella made them for me for a gimmick, fun. And I was in the World Championship and I hit 180 and I put them on just for the fun.
As worn in the World Championship.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love them.
Amazing.
Aren't they,
Have you
Dazzle?
come to play darts with us?
Well, perhaps not with these darts, because what people love about personally owned ephemera that belong to somebody well known is something that belongs to them that's related to what they're famous for. So what else will we find here? But darts. But no ordinary darts. First of all, I want to show you this set. A set of silver-barreled darts.
Wow.
Aren't they wonderful?
Have you actually played with these, Bobby?
No, a friend of mine, 25 years ago, used to do antiques and bits and pieces, and he come across them and he gave them to me as a present. But what I like about them, see, all darts are made of lathes, solid, either solid silver, brass, tungsten, but these are banged out, these are hollow inside.
Yeah.
What sort of money could we
Well,
put on this
I mean,
thing, do you think, John?
you'd have to hazard a guess, but 80 to 120 pounds, something like that. But I really wouldn't have a clue as to what they're likely to make.
Well, I'm going to be the referee here and say that why don't we say 80 is the lowest estimate, and whatever else
And
happens on the
180 is
day,
a good estimate.
and 180
Is a good estimate.
180
80.
is a great estimate. But we'll start with 80 and see where they go. Well, that looks like the closest I'll be getting to 180 with a set of darts today. I just can't tear myself away from those darts, but at least Bobby finds this signed photo of the Embassy Legends darts players, including himself, obviously, as well as a signed programme of the 2001 Embassy World Darts Championship, together worth another 30 or 40 quid. Marie's headed upstairs and found this mantel clock that she and Bobby have had so long they can't even remember where it came from. We find another similar clock to add to the lot, and hopefully together they'll raise at least a tenner. Ah, Marie, I see happy memories of building the house there.
That's right.
It was all very well for him, of course, mucking about with the bricks and the digger and the cement in his element. But it meant you lived in a building site for a few years, didn't it?
That's right, 2.5, well, about 5 or 6 years. We lived in a porter cabin for 2.5 years. With the 2 kids and the dog and the parrot. So it was, yeah, it was hard.
That was tough. Is it true that you saw this lovely lady and said, I'm going to marry that woman, love at first sight?
Yeah, I went to a charity to do the Connaught Rooms.
Connaught Rooms, it was a licensed victualler's night.
And she worked for a brewery them days, and I walked in with my mate and I said, see that young girl over there? He went, yeah. I said, I'm going to marry her. That was Valentine's Day. He went, oh yeah? How'd you know that? I said, I just know I'm going to marry her. And I did.
Did he tell you this at this stage?
Yeah, he did.
I said, you want to marry me? First time I went up to her, first thing I said, hello, as you do.
Yes.
The chats, you know, give it a bit of chat. Like,
Yeah, the smoothie bit.
the smoothie bit. I said, would you like to marry me? She said, I don't go out with old men.
Yeah, I did. I did say that.
You did?
So did you know he was a famous darts player at this stage?
Well, I didn't know he was going to be there, but the sales reps that were with my company said, oh, we got Boy George here tonight. That's what they were saying. And I said, Boy George. And then I looked over, of course I knew him as soon as I saw him, yeah.
So you'd seen him on the telly playing
I'd seen him on the telly, but I never liked him. I thought he was a right big head.
I'm perfect now.
So what changed your mind about him?
His personality and his sense of humour. He's so funny, he just had me laughing all the time. So it was, yeah, we got on really well, obviously.
So tell me a bit more about this charity. Now, how did you get involved with them in the first place, Bobby?
Well, I've got a friend, he was the chairman of Suffolk Darts, and his daughter works with these people, and that's where the money's going to.
Yeah,
and that's
for Rowley to take them out.
Yeah, to take them out, and because they're going on holiday, can be saying to me they're going on holiday, and because everything's got expensive, and it used to be all in.
The food was included, but this year the food they got to pay separate for it. So it'd be nice for them to have the money to.
Yeah, if we can raise the money so they don't have to put their hand in their pocket to pay food. Little things like that, well, we take for granted, and a little bit of help, it makes everyone happy.
£401 worth of happiness.
Yes.
That's what we want, Bobby.
Lovely jubbly.
Let's go and find a few more smiles then, shall we?
Exactly.
So the hard man of darts really has got a heart of gold when it comes to raising money for his favourite charity. Marie's been busy up in the attic and finds a pair of rather interesting statues, and then bumps into John on her way down.
Hi, John. What do you reckon on these?
Well, let's have a look at that. Where do they come from?
Well, a friend of ours, about 20 years ago, gave them to us as a present. He used to have an antique shop that sold brass and all bits and pieces, and he just gave them to us, and I've had them put away for the last 15 years. Did use them in the other house, but...
Not going to go back out on display?
No, don't think so.
No?
Too dusty.
And what do you know about what do you think they're made of?
I don't know anything about them.
Well, they appear to be bronze, but they're not bronze. They're made of spouter, and that gives us a clue to their age as well. They're Victorian. They're 19th century, so about 100, 120 years old, something like that. In that period, there was a great revival of classical ideals, classical models, and here we have a good example of that. We've got Venus and Cupid.
I didn't realise they were 100-odd years.
Oh yes, most definitely. At least 100 years old, probably
Really?
about 120, 130 years old.
I'm surprised.
They have dropped in value a little bit in recent years, but you know, they'll still sell, and taking into consideration that bit of damage there, I'd be hoping they'd make about 50 to 70 pounds
Really?
for a pair of them, something like that.
Blimey, that's good.
Yeah, so you'd be happy with that?
Yeah, I'll be happy with that. Yeah,
So,
definitely.
you've got these packed away. Do you want to go and show me what else you've got packed up there? We'll
I
be able
will.
to find something else.
Come on in.
Come on in.
So while John and Marie investigate what else is stashed up in the attic, Bobby digs behind the bar and finds this set of 6 gold-plated napkin rings that he won as a prize many moons ago. If only his wrist were just that little bit smaller, he could wear them as bracelets and add to his bling. But instead, they're going to auction, where they'll hopefully fetch at least £20. I'm pulling my weight now, and in one of the 18 bedrooms, I find this little wooden American Ansonia clock. Originally made in the town of Ansonia, Connecticut in 1851, Ansonia clocks were an enormously successful business, turning out thousands of different styles throughout the 19th century. While I try not to get lost in the maze of all those bedrooms, John and Bobby have made their way out to the garden.
Now, Bobby, this looks like an interesting selection of games and toys you've got here. So tell me, are these yours? Are these from your childhood?
No, it's a friend of mine, Dave Clark. He was an MC for darts, and he gave them to my boys to play with. He's not with us anymore. So my boys probably play with these, but not the typewriter.
So, and the typewriter, do you mean, is this something that you would have liked as a child?
Well, I think, yeah, I'd have learned to spell quicker. It'd teach me, because you turn this and you press the button and you can actually learn to spell, which is quite a clever toy, really.
It's a fantastic example by Metype, great, and all the lithograph printing is still perfect, and so often you see that damaged, and it looks in perfect working order. I don't think that's had a lot of use. Collectors love it when the condition is pristine like that. And what's even better is you've got the box, which we always talk about, and the instructions there. You know, it tells you how to work the toy, and that's all there. So often these three items will get separated over the course of use, and you know that's why they turn up at auction and don't make much. So I think this would be a lovely little collecting gem there. The little cube bridge bowling game there, charming little game, bit missing. Sadly, but you've got the box there. So I'd put these together as one lot. Would you have a problem with that?
No, whatever it doesn't. Yeah, whatever you can get.
I reckon £50 to £70 for this little bunch here. But for me, the best item is this charming little typewriter. I think is fantastic.
That'd be nice.
So you got anything else like this tucked away?
You have a look if you want.
Come on in, show me the way.
We're all getting into the swing of the rummage now, but I'm going to leave Marie and John to it while I take a little break and join Bobby at the bar. Ah, Bobby.
Hello, darling.
Mine's a double orange, please.
Oh, dear.
Last of the big drinkers, that's me.
OK, yeah. Here we go then.
Bobby, the thing that I think is extraordinary about this house is that it's a testament not just to your single-minded determination, clearly, to complete something once you have a project in mind, but also your skills in the building trade, because you're a brickie, a plasterer, you lay floors, you're a plumber, you're a carpenter. However did you learn all of those skills in order to be able to do this?
When I was young, I wasn't very good, like, journalistic or reading books. I read books if I want to learn something. Don't really enjoy that, but I like doing things with my hands. So I thought, well, if I learn different trades, I'll never be out of work. And I learned trade after trade, and if I couldn't do these sort of trades that I've learned, I wouldn't have a house like this. But I enjoy that. I enjoy doing things like that. I play darts, I travel, but I love to come home and make something.
But you say when you're off playing darts, is it absolutely, seriously true that you did not pick up a set of darts until you were 30 and started playing?
I was 30 years old before I picked a set of darts up.
You didn't have a kind of misspent youth in the pub playing darts at lunchtime or evening with your mates?
No, I worked all the time.
So how did you become the great professional darts player?
When I dug tunnels and worked hard, shoveled concrete, no one said, oh, well done, I'll buy you a beer. I played darts. They said, God, you're a good dart player. What are you drinking? I thought, I like this. I like this game. Everyone was to buy me a drink and pat me on the shoulder. So I thought, well, I'll work at it and make sure I can get there. And I love my job. I love it. It's lovely jubbly.
All your life, you've done lots of stuff to help people who are less fortunate than you with charities, haven't you?
Yeah, I do me fair amount. I can't do them all the time. People, I get emails 5 or 6 a day. But I do so many. I enjoy seeing their faces.
And we're going to see some very happy, smiling faces once we reach that 401. Shall we drink to that?
Game
Cheers.
on, darling. It's game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Cheers! But we've still got to find more collectibles if we're going to raise £401 for the Woodbridge Mencap Gateway Club, and that won't happen sitting at the bar. Who knows if this cut glass decanter was full when John found it, but it's certainly empty now. Originally a present from a friend of Marie's who owned an antique shop, it's worth another £20 to £30. Even I'll drink to that. While John searches a room chock-a-block with boxes, Mr. G brings in an enormous piece of Bobby bling.
There we go. How about this, John? What about this one?
Good Lord, Bobby, you got some items tucked away in this house.
Well, I had it in my other house, but obviously the fireplace is so big here.
Yeah,
won't fit.
Won't fit.
So I don't know if you can get anything for that.
Well, that's an interesting point, actually. Where did it come from originally?
I haven't got a clue. I can't remember where I brought it from. I got it. I think I got it off a friend of mine
Sadly, it's not the telescopic type.
The ones that go...
Because if it was, you'd still be using it.
I could have used it, yeah.
See, that's what you find. As soon as people change the fireplace, the fender no longer fits. So they end up bringing it into auction, but often they're bringing the bucket and everything with it. So you don't remember what you paid for it? No idea? No. Well, it's a 20th century piece. It's in nice condition, and I think we'd certainly find a buyer for it. I think if we were looking for £40 or £60 for it, we would be disappointed.
That's all right. It's in the cabinet.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, nice fender. Not the sort of fender I'd hoped to find. I was hoping you had a nice electric Fender Stratocaster guitar or something like that. But that's good enough, Bobby.
Yeah.
£40 to £60?
Yeah. Oh, well, so.
Brilliant. Come on then, let's get it downstairs.
All right, mate.
It wouldn't surprise me if Bobby has got an electric guitar somewhere in this house. There are just so many collectibles and mementos everywhere you look. We're flying towards our target now, and our next find, this umbrella stand in the shape of a golfer, is teed up to fetch at least £40. We're almost at the end of today's hunt for treasure, but will it be a double top to finish?
Bobby.
Hello, John.
Now, look what I found.
Where'd you get that from?
Well, in one of your spare rooms. But I'm going to ask you for your help, actually, because it's with this magazine. It's got somebody's initials on the front, and they're not yours. Now...
That's Leighton Rees.
I thought it might be. It's him here on the front of the magazine, isn't it?
That's a shirt he's wearing there, yeah, Leighton Rees. He was in the team of champions, Marlborough team of champions.
Fantastic. The first Embassy World Darts champion?
Yeah, 1978.
Won in the final against John Lowe?
You've done your own work.
Yeah, and he lost the next year to John Lowe.
That's right.
I watched that final.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother was a huge darts fan, and I used to sit and watch that, and I remember these smoke-filled halls, and I remember those names, Leighton Rees. There he is, the Cobra.
The Cobra, yeah, he used to throw like this.
That's right, had a very kind of lazy throwing hand as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And did a lot, along with people like yourself, to popularise the game.
That's right.
And a huge...
Great following in Wales he's got.
So this was his shirt. Now, what can you tell me about it?
Well, obviously it's a large one because he's a large guy. He was a large guy. Over 20 years ago. I said, got one of your shirts, Leighton? He said, you can have, he took it off. He said, you can have this one, Bob. I thought I'd keep it just for to keep something from the past. You never know.
Yeah. I know a Welshman, a big buyer of sports collectibles, who may well be interested in buying this. I think
what are you selling off now, John?
Oh, lovely. As they say, lovely.
We've got a fantastic match-worn shirt here, belonged to the great Leighton Rees, the Cobra. And I was just saying to Bobby that I know a sports collector, a Welsh sports collector, who will be very interested in buying this. So I think we may have found one of our last lots for auctions.
We can take this to auction then, obviously. Yeah. But again, how do you put a value on that, John?
It's very difficult. Again, what's it worth? There's a one-off. There's no comparison. We cannot use a comparison to give ourselves this. We've got to put a guesstimate on it. £40 to £60, I'd pay 40 quid for it there and then. So I've no doubt it would make more than that. But that's where I, as an auctioneer, would pitch the estimate.
Wise decision. Start low and watch it rise. But that means if we're going to have, minimum of £40, if we add that to all of the other things that you've looked at today, John, and I can tell you that the minimum we would expect to raise is not 180, not 401, but we might make £490.
Oh, lovely.
But actually, given these very competitive sports bidders on the day, Bobby and Marie, the sky's the limit.
Yep.
So, after a fun day at George Hall, here are some of Bobby's shiniest items hoping to hit the bullseye at auction. The 20th century brass fire fender that's too small for Bobby's new fireplaces will hopefully fetch up to £60. Cut glass decanter worth upwards of £20. 6 gold-plated napkin rings with a £20 to £30 price tag. And the set of 3 silver darts valued between £80 and £120. Next on Cash in the Celebrity Attic, when Bobby's items go to auction, will we hit double top? Smile on the wife's face.
It's unusual.
Or will we miss the board altogether? Disappointed at that?
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was going to swear then.
No bad language, please. There are ladies present. Find out if Bobby can contain himself when the final hammer falls. Now, it's just last week that we were with Bobby George at that magnificent home that he's got at Colchester in Essex, George Hall. And we searched every one of the rooms in that 18-bedroomed mansion of his and came up with some pretty interesting stuff, including some unique darts memorabilia. And we brought it all today here to sell at Golding Young's auction house in Lincolnshire. Now, if you remember, he wants to raise £400 for the Gateway Club, which is a club for mentally handicapped children. It's very close to his home, but more importantly, it's very close to his heart. So let's hope that today the bidders will step up to the oche and we'll get some pretty high bids when his items go under the hammer. And joining me today is our expert, John Cameron. Morning, John.
Morning, Angela.
You thinking of getting in some practice before Bobby arrives?
Well, I don't know
at the old
if
Harrows.
Well, these are absolutely very remarkable darts, aren't they? I've never seen anything like them.
There's lovely memorabilia coming today from Bobby too, isn't there? There's the Leighton Rees shirt.
Yeah, excellent. And Bobby's First England shirt, which is a very generous item to sell for his charity. So they should do very well.
Right, well, let's hope we make lots of money for that charity today. And should we go and see Bobby and Marie? Because I see they've just arrived.
Come on.
Okay. And we find them standing by what looks like half of Bobby's wardrobe. Morning, Bobby and Marie.
Hello,
Good morning. I have to say that these shirts look very sort of ordinary compared to what you're wearing today. It's Flash Harry today, isn't it? Look at it, we're looking absolutely terrific.
Bit of orange.
Bit of orange, but saying goodbye to the shirts.
Yeah, that's, well, the English, that's my First England shirt, and that is, when you any sport you do, to get your First England shirt is the best thing you can do in any sport. So that brings me memories of the first one. After that, all the others that don't seem so important. That's the first one.
I think we ought to let the auctioneer know that, and he can give it that extra little bit of promotion just before it comes under the hammer.
Oh, that's good.
And hopefully they'll make more
no.
than a bucket of nails.
I hope so.
Bucket of nails. Rusty ones.
What's a bucket of nails?
Well, if you throw darts all over the shop, they call it a bucket of nails.
No, we're not going to throw them all over the shop. We're going to
I don't.
No,
you do. You're a bucket of nails. I've seen you play darts.
Why did you have to remind me of that? We're going to be on target today and make lots of money for your charity. Should we go and take our place?
Yep.
Why not? Come on.
Well, I've been called a few things in my time, but bucket of nails? Never. Remember, if you're thinking of heading down to your local auction room, you should be aware that you'll be charged commission and possible other fees, so always check with the sale room first. It's time now, though, for our first item of the day to go under the hammer, the American Ansonia clock, dating from 1851. And we're looking for at least £30.
Lot number 31A is the Ansonia mantle clock this time. Lot number 31A, who's going to start me at £30 for this? 30. 20 to go then. 20. 10. Look at what we're selling here. The clock showing up there with Robin. 10. £10, £10 bid, 10, 12 now do I see it, £10 bid, 12 anywhere else now, £10 bid, 12 bid, 15 bid, 18 now, £15 bid, 18 now do I see, look at what we're selling at, £15 bid, 18 and not then, 15, not being very charitable, are you? At 15, 18 and not now, £15 bid, all done and finished, then going at £15. Thank you very much.
Ouch! That was a terrible start for this gorgeous little American clock. Let's hope that was just beginner's bad luck and that our second lot doesn't also land in the rough. Now, we've got the reproduction golf umbrella stand coming up next. I don't really see you as a golfing man.
No, it's for umbrellas, isn't it? I ain't got umbrella.
No, I ain't got any umbrellas.
No umbrellas?
No.
What happens when it rains then?
Well, they've got holes in all my umbrellas. They don't look very functional, dog.
Well, you've got a hole in one.
There you go. Oh, that's a good one. That's very clever.
I reckon you were probably pretty good on the 19th hole, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Is a reproduction golf umbrella stand this time. Who's going to start me at £30 for it? 30, 20 to go then, surely. £20, anyone? 20. £20, 10, 10 bid, 15 do I see it, 10 bid, 15, 15, 20, 20 bid, 5 now do I see it, 20 bid, 5 now surely, 20 bid, 5, 25 bid, 30 anywhere else now, 25, 28 now surely, 25, look at what we're selling here, 25, 8 anywhere else, then all done and finished and going at £25.
Oh, 25. Didn't make our lowest estimate of 40, but that's disappointed at that.
Yeah, it's worth more than that.
Yeah, don't mind.
I was going to swear then.
Control yourself, Bobby. So, if we're going to stop Bobby swearing, our next item had better do well. It's his top flight lot, valued between £80 and £100. Now, I know there's been a lot of interest in this next lot that's coming up, which is your silver darts in that lovely leather case, some other darts, and the Bobby George glasses. I had to wrench them off him, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Set of the Bobby George darts, leather case, 3 silver darts, hallmark 1937, together with the rest there. Who's going to start me at 100? 50 to go then, 50. £50 bid at 50 bid, 5 now to a C at 50 bid, 5 bid, 60 bid, 5 to a C, 65, 70 at 70 bid and 5 at 70 bid, 5, 75 bid, 80 bid, 5, 85 bid, 90 at 90 bid, 95 in the room at 95, 100 on the book. At 100, 110 to a C, 105 again in the room, 105 to a C at £100 bid. Are we all done then at £100? Another 5 if you like, but we're going to sell then Alden and Fish. Commission bid takes it at £100.
Terrific. Top end of John's estimate there, £100.
Well done, John.
And they were worth every penny of that.
They were.
That's a bit better.
Yeah?
It's a bit better.
Smile on the wife's face.
It's unusual. Silver darts, I think the guy that brought the silver darts and my original first set of darts, he got a good deal there. Now it's 100 quid, but that was, I think he got a good deal for 100 quid for them because it was really unusual.
From the bidding, it sounded like there were some real darts fans out there, so hopefully that'll bode well for the rest of Bobby's darts lots. Let's see if I'm right.
Lot number 61A is a signed photograph of the legends from the Embassy World Darts Championship 2001 programme, fully signed. There we go. What should we say for this? Who's going to start me at £30? 30. 20 to go then, surely. £20, anyone? 10. 10 bid, 15 now to a C, at 10 bid, 15, 15, 20, at 20 bid, 5 now to a C, at 20 bid, 5 now to a C, 25 bid, 30, at 30 bid, 5 to a C, at 30 bid, 5 now to a C, at 30 bid, I'll take 2, at 30 bid, Alden and Fish going at £30. Thank you very much.
Well, that's the bottom end of John's estimate. £30. This is the first time you've been to an auction, isn't it, Marie?
It's the last time I know, isn't it?
Well, things aren't quite going according to plan, but Bobby is still smiling. Just. If we're going to raise £401 for the Woodbridge Mencap Gateway Club, we're going to have to do better than that. Will Bobby's brass fender fire up a bit more enthusiasm among the bidders?
Lot number 71A is a 19th century brass fire fender. This time, who's going to start me at £40 for it? 40. 30 to go then, surely. £30, anyone? 30. Put me straight in. 30. 20 to go then, 20 £20 bid, at 20 bid, 5 now to a C, at £20 bid, I'll take 2 if it's going to help you then, at 22 bid, 25 now, 25 bid, 28 bid, 30 at 30 bid, 32 to a C now, at £30 bid, 2 surely, no more, no, at £30 bid, are we all done and finished then, going at £30. Thank you very much.
£30 for the fender.
Oh,
That's all right.
Didn't set the room alight, did it?
Yet another disappointing sale, and things are really looking bleak for our target. Can the gold-plated tableware brighten things up and raise their £20 estimate? Now tell me, Bobby, in the George household, when you sit down for dinner now, Marie, what are you going to do now that you haven't got these gold-plated napkin rings to take your serviettes out of? Because you're just putting them up for auction.
I never used them, Bill. I won them in the tournament, national singles. I never use them. I mean, that's if you're posh, you know. Probably you use them rings, but they're too big for me. They're like,
Too big for the fingers.
they're too big for the fingers, and you know.
we don't use serviettes.
Lot number 81, a set of 6 gold-plated napkin rings there. Who's going to start me at, start me at £30 for these. £30. £30 surely. 20. You extrude enthusiasm for them. £10. £10, anyone? £5. Thank you, 5 right at the back at 5 bid, 6 now to a C, at £5 bid, 6 anywhere else now, at £5 bid, 6 at 5 bid. This is no money, but it's the only bid I've got. At £5, 6, late surge in the bidding. The excitement continues, 7, 8 now, 8 bid, 9 bid, £10. Have another drink, sir, you know you need it. 10, no, at 9, we're at the back of the room, then at £9 are on the market and selling, then all done and finished at £9.
That's all right. I thought you get about £5.
What a mean bunch.
I didn't think we were going to get
something else then.
I can't remember when I've seen such a lack of enthusiasm in an auction room. Don't these people recognise good bling when they see it? This really is not the performance that any of us were hoping to see. Bobby and Marie have been so generous with their possessions, the proceeds of which they're donating to their favourite charity. But so far we've raised just £209. It's been a while since Bobby was this far off target. Fortunately, our cut glass decanter raises a cheer with the bidders.
In the back row, then, all done and finished, and we're selling, make no mistake, at £20. 70 like.
Coming in right on estimate. And someone got a bargain with our Art Deco mantel clocks.
Pounds.
That's all right.
Terrific. You see? That sold for £13 the pair. It's back now, though, to our sporting memorabilia, and these are items we're really banking on. We're desperate for a bullseye bid for the Leighton Rees shirt and programme, valued between £40 and £60. But if John's rounded up some Welsh darts fans, these could really fly. So it's Leighton Rees who's up next. Just remind us of how important he was to darts, Bobby.
He was the first Embassy World Champion. Should raise a few quid. I'll be disappointed if he doesn't raise the money.
Lot number 274A is Leighton Rees collection here. We have the first Darts World Champion shirt and Darts World magazine with him shown on the cover. There we go, as catalogued. There we go, an excellent lot. What should we say for this? Who's going to start me at £50? 50. 40 to go then. 40. £40 bid, at 40 bid, 5, 45 bid, 50 bid, 5 bid, 60. 65 in the room, 70 there, and 5 bid, 80. 5, 90. 5, 100, 10 now, at 100 bid, 5 is going to keep going, is 105, thank you, 110 I've got, 15 now, 115, 120, and 5 now, at 120 bid, 5 anywhere else now, look at what we're selling at 120, it's your last chance, it's going to go this time then, selling at £120.
That's all right. Right on, baby.
Well done.
Right on, Leighton.
Leighton would have been pleased with that, wouldn't he?
He would have done, yeah.
Yes.
That's all right.
You pleased with that?
I feel a bit better, yeah. If he went like 40 quid, I'd have been well upset.
Well, I couldn't bear to see Bobby cry, so that's a champion result. A piece of darts history selling for 3 times the estimate.
I would have been gutted if it went for about 50 quid. I wouldn't have been happy because, you know, like he was the first world champion, BDO champion, and to have his shirt, I think that's a real good thing in darts. So 120 quid, yeah, that was okay.
More than okay, it's been our best sale so far. With just 3 lots to go, next is the collection of vintage toys, up for grabs at a bargain £50 to £70. Perhaps they'll stir up a bit of nostalgia among the bidders.
166A, 266A, 1960s games and toys this time. Who's going to start me at £50 for the lot? 50. Halve it then, 30. I was just checking you were still listening. 30. 20 to go then, surely. £20 anyone? 10. £10, 10 bid, 12 now to a see it, 10 bid, 12 anywhere else now, 12 bid, 12 bid, 15 bid, 18 bid, 20. The proceeds are all going to charity on this one. £20, 20 bid, 2 to a see now, 20 bid, 2 now to a see, 2 bid, 5, 5 bid, 25 bid, 28 to a see, then 25 bid, going at £25 all done.
That's a rubbish result.
Yeah. And I thought we'd have made more money because it was in really good condition and it had all the instructions. It was in its box. It was perfect condition, working order. And
60 years old.
Yeah, 60, yeah.
Isn't it?
Not quite as old as me, but near enough. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing that was, I thought.
Yeah.
But 25 quid for, we wouldn't have done nothing with it. It would have still been in the cupboard, so.
Bobby's not the sort of man you'd want to upset. But then the truth is we're practically giving away some great items here. Have we completely blown our chances of hitting our £401 target? We can only hope that our penultimate lot goes some way towards getting us out of trouble.
Well, next up are our pair of 19th century spouter figures, Marie, that you found.
That's right.
And you were hoping you don't have to take these home and dust them anymore,
I
weren't
do,
you?
yeah. They were locked away for quite a few years. Kids used to play with them when they were little.
Really? Well, I'm surprised they don't have more damage on them. One of them just had a little broken wing, but other than that, they're quite decorative. We want £50 to £80. You know, a few years ago, they would have made double that easy.
30 to go then, surely. £30, 30 bid, 5 to a see now, 30 bid, 35 bid, 40 at 40 bid, 5, 45, 50 at 50 bid, 5, no. £50 bid, 5 anywhere else now, 50 bid, I'll give you 2 if it's going to help you out. It's not going to help, is it? I could tell before I even asked. At 50 bid, 2 anywhere else now, 50 bid, then selling at £50. 11.56.
Yeah, well, that lady said if she gets them for 50, she'll be happy.
Well, are you happy that she's got them for £50?
Yeah, right.
Good. So, we're all happy then. Another £50 in the kitty, and a customer who clearly is not worried about doing the dusting. We've only got 1 lot left, and we're really hoping that we've saved Bobby's best till last, as there's a lot riding on it. Let's hope the bidders agree and are ready to part with upwards of £80 for this fabulous piece of sporting history. I'm really surprised you've parted with this next lot because it must be very, very special and important to you. It's the first shirt you ever wore when you represented England at darts.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever played ring with that, and of course, as a dart player, I think in any sport, to get an England shirt on, it was a buzz, give you a buzz. I thought, shall I give it away? I've had it all in years, but it's sitting in the cupboard, and I thought, well, I might as well. I'll give the trousers. They've got the trousers, they've got the jacket, they've got the shirt. They haven't got me darts, and I'm not in it.
But apart from that, they could be the real Bobby Dazzlers.
They could.
Lot number 290A. 290A is the Bobby George personal and England shirts, together with his very first England jacket and trousers when he first served the country. And what should we say for this? Who's going to start me at £100? 100, £50, surely. 50 bid, 60 now, do I see it? 50 bid, I'll take 5 then, 55 bid, 60 bid, 5 bid, 70 bid, 5 bid, 80 bid, 5 now, 80 bid, 5 anywhere else now. This is no money. At 80 bid, 5 anywhere else now, but it's on the market and selling, make no mistake. 5 anywhere else now, 80 bid, alternate going at £80.
Only 80?
Yeah. £80?
Right, Mickey Mouse that was, wasn't it?
Oh. Bobby's less than pleased with that for one of his most cherished possessions. There's no doubt about it. It's been a really rocky ride today, so I wonder how he'll react to the total. Well, what an extraordinary day of ups and downs. Some very good prices on some things, but disappointing prices on others.
Thank you, darling.
We should have auctioned him, shouldn't we? He'd have got a fortune for him. Marie would have been the first one to bid, I think.
I'm the old antique here, ain't I? Oldest antique.
But you want to raise £400 for the Gateway Club. Well, I can tell you that they'll be able to put a bit of jam and cream on top of that, because we made more than £400. We've actually made £522.
Oh, that's good.
Which is not bad, is it?
Oh, that's
Brilliant.
better. Yeah.
You pleased?
Lovely jubbly, darling.
Shortly after the auction, Bobby drops in at the Woodbridge Mencap Gateway Club. The money that he and Marie raised will be spent on providing meals for the members' trips and days out.
522 quid or something to be raised. They'll be well happy with that. You know, I wish I'd give more. We take things for granted. We want to have a Chinese or a beer. We go and do it. We want to go weekend up the road, get in the car and we go. These guys have to rely on all people to take them everywhere. All that staff, all voluntary, don't get paid, take them everywhere.
I like watching EastEnders.
Do you? Yeah. You don't watch darts then? No. No? Oh, that's nice.
Well, EastEnders may be more popular than darts here, but it sounds like Bobby had a good time raising money for his charity on Cash in the Attic.
It was fun, entertaining, and it was experience in the attic.
That was a bullseye for Bobby, and what a great result for the charity that does such terrific work. If there's something that you'd like to raise money for and you have things at home that you'd be happy to take to auction, why not get in touch with the programme? Just fill in our application form on our website at bbc.co.uk/lifestyle, and we look forward to seeing you soon.